Okay, so today we continue, and I could get the event card because I've saved it up so well. So anything over 500, like if I get to 600, I can buy a pack, but I'll save at least this much, either because of this, or we got so lucky with the legendary pack that we got second Dark Matter Dragon Fruit, so it's clearly worth it to do that. I wouldn't have been able to do that otherwise. Collect all 4. Oh, that was last week's anyway. I kind of want to spoil the zombies in some way because they've been sort of neglected, but that's just not going to do it. Got to be one of the higher cost cards. A couple pop-ups at the beginning. Please give me the 100 gem quest. Why doesn't it do that sometimes? I don't get it. Play 3 Gargantuars. I might not actually do that. Win a game with a Mega Grow. Play 3 berries. Yeah, so I'm just not getting the 100 gem quest, which is so important. But whatever, I'm kind of ahead of the curve anyway. Festivus bundle. I almost said Festivus from like Seinfeld. Solar Flare pack, Green Shadow pack, Infinity pack. This is all the same stuff. Sometimes they have like, see, like that legendary pack must be on a certain timer where it's not always there. It might be like 1 per account, but it wasn't there normally. Or maybe I just never, no, it definitely wasn't there. But imagine if it let you do that every once in a while. Because it doesn't matter what legendary it was necessarily. I guess there's nothing to really change in the deck then. Let's give him the honors always, because he's always the best. I want to try to get to rank 20 today. So then next time, I think I should have 1 more week before it resets. So then I can try to get to rank 25 for the first time. I got to rank 20 last month, so for the first time. 4 cost ones aren't really worth it, but then I'm not going to get anything really much better. But yeah, the whole point of this deck is actually to use Repeat Moss and a bunch of tricks. Like, that's our win condition or combo. But obviously, that's not really what it is. That's why I like Dark Matter Dragon Fruit so much, too. It's one of those cards that doesn't rely on, like, you know, it could be a really good value card, but it doesn't rely on support or synergy or combos. It's just good, period. Which this game is pretty good about that generally. Not saying there aren't combos, but a lot of things are basically just, I don't feel like I've seen this guy. Genetic Experiment gets +1/+1 to the zombie next door. Kind of a priority to get rid of this, though. This thing just looks really cool. 2 mana 3/2, I guess, is okay. Yeah, like, this game doesn't have too many of those things that seem like they rely on synergies and support too much, or it's more simple, like just Dino Roar, draw a card. It's not like super contrived. This would be probably pretty worth it. Actually, this would be worth it though too, because it'd be a 5/3. You get a little more board presence. The problem is that's not going to be killable still. But maybe it doesn't matter. I could just let him slow pace it and then bounce it back or something. Sometimes you can let stuff get out of hand here, though. This should be my best deck overall, even though I made that weird gimmick of putting other stuff in there. The general point is it has double Dark Matter Dragon Fruit. It has the muscle guy. It has the 3-peaters. Like, it has a lot of good stuff. Not that the 3-peaters are categorically that good, but just in the context of my experience with them is pretty good. But we only get 1 game, so oh, you know what? I could combo this and this to guarantee which one we bounce, which actually would be worth it. Even a stupid ever played Battlefront. Yeah, I played the newer one, only part 1 though. I liked it, but I can understand why people don't like it. It just kind of feels like a one-trick thing. It maybe didn't I don't know how to explain it. Like, it didn't blow me away. It was just kind of good. And you know what they do is they have too much AI presence in there. Like, there's a sense that a lot of the things you're fighting in a big battle, like, oh, there's 100 units versus 100 units, but half of them are bots, so you get this crazy kill, and it's like, oh, that was against the bots, so I don't even feel good about it. They mix that together a little bit too disingenuously, maybe, to try to trick you into thinking that the game's not even dead or something. Yeah, a lot of the time people who hate games like that play them like all the fucking time. Like in a brief one-time experience, oh, it wasn't bad, it was okay. And then but people play it all day, every day, and then they get mad, like, oh, there's not enough to do, and this and that. So it's sometimes hard to judge. Or I always hear how beloved the older ones are, the original. So I should play them before they go offline, or they're probably already offline. You should probably combine these two together. Go ahead and share the love a bit. Actually, the cattail, I wouldn't mind dying, because then I'll put the dark matter dragon fruit in the water and then trigger people because, oh, it's not the optimal placement. But the main reason is to milk the fact that it's so hard to get rid of. +5. Okay, he really likes that guy, huh? Not the end of the world, but now I'm not going to have a very easy way to get rid of him. Damn. Gonna be very tight. We could move him like into the water. No, I can't move him in the water. I could move him to here. Just anything that's gonna get him killed. Did I ever play Garden Warfare 2? Was that part 2 or was that Garden Warfare 1? I played one of them. Now I can't remember. Okay, let's put it there. Just trade in the 5-4. He's not really summoning. Oh, no, wait. He still has... it doesn't matter, actually. Or yeah, you weren't even there at the time. It probably was part 2. Okay. No, but I should still get the roll. I should still get the roll to save me. Okay, that's fine. I think it's +2/+2. I don't know. Like, he's pretty close to dying. Dark matter dragon fruit could save me in some manner of speaking here, but it wouldn't be that hard. No, I guess I have 6 health though. That's +2/+2. Okay, but he's done attacking for now. Just don't get a bonus attack or something. It'd be almost impossible to stop this. Freezing it would be actually kind of sexy. So as much as I want to do the dark matter dragon fruit, I probably shouldn't, because he's made this his ace card that just everything goes through that. It feels like a waste, but let's see what he does. I could put it here, but if something goes wrong, I could still die. So actually, I shouldn't. We should just win, like, straight up if I just freeze it. Block meter is totally... What was sexy? When did I say that? Him free... Oh, yeah. That use of the ice. Even more so than the dark matter dragon fruit. Yes, he even has to concede before I get a chance to do it. So we deny the temptation to play it just for the sake of it. Maybe it'll give me 100 quests now after those are gone, but I doubt it. Interesting kink. I like that title in Marvel Snap. Card game addict with a hypnosis fetish, because it involves snapping. Still doesn't enjoy the game because 6 turns just isn't enough to climax. Okay, 3-1. I was kind of shocked by that game. I should probably try it again eventually, but... Hey, Counter, how's it going? Your alt? You're gonna end up banning yourself then, I guess. I don't like this hand, but... I don't know what else I can do. I mean, you kind of want the synergy for this. Drunk on power as a mod, I guess. You don't have to... Well, what's the point then? Was that actually you, or were you just saying that? He just wants an excuse to ban somebody, so he has to create the need himself. Amazing. We have the ice capability, draw a card. I almost shouldn't do it, but I guess I really just need something here. Fuck. I'm not a big fan of these cards, actually, but... It's you. Okay, this guy's alright. I always forget his name. Muscle Sprout. The problem with him is the simple fact that... +1/+1 when you play a trick. it's hard to kind of get to the point where you get them to stick around. They're going to use removal on it every time. He's only rank 5. Last guy was like rank 13, just like me. Okay, all this stuff is fine. Just let me farm my little stupid block meter for the time being. Okay, that was a very annoying turn. This is going to be very hard to deal with this. And these aren't going to help me any because they're so expensive. I could bounce one. I could freeze one. I should probably just try to trade in still, but... Or no, I can't do both. Why don't we just play this here and then freeze it? That is the only one that's really threatening because of the simple fact that it could keep getting buffed. Yeah, +2 brains this turn, not a big deal. They're running a little bit dry on cards, so I think I can deal with this. How are you going to deal with the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit? Just soak up all the removal before you get there, but I'm getting a little bit too low on health, too. That's a random zombie, I'll save it. Because I don't want it to bounce the one I'm about to kill, but... I could bounce like 2 things now, which I might have to do, or maybe not. Base Cadet is no threat. I mean, that would even help him if we bounce it, but I should bounce it first and then see what we get. Yeah, see, that's the worst possible target. Trade into here, make that guy 5/5. Think you're losing? Yeah, I am a little bit, but it should be recoverable. It is actually hard to get to the point where we can play the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit, or oftentimes there's a better play available. Like how we just turned it down last game. Okay, we're getting very low, but we can abuse this stupid... You know what? I even will do that. Just we're having trouble dealing with the board, so... 6. Okay, just gotta... I mean, I could bounce him back again. But this is not the right target for it. Damn it. Just bouncing it doesn't seem all that worthwhile. But I'm so low that I probably should have done it anyway. Do the repeater, could do this, but I can only do one or the other. See, we have both of them. We're sort of spoiled. We're top heavy, like LeBron James would say back in the day. Like about the Cavs. Like, oh, we have too many stars. Other teams would love to be top heavy too, but you know, we're just trying to play like we actually have a good deck, except it still doesn't really have any synergy to it. I think I'm just dead. 5. Top heavy means like you're really good in like, well, in a card game it'd be like, you know, you have like really good top tier cards, high cost cards basically for the late game, but you don't have anything for the early game or middle game. Usually that would be more like control, but I guess this game doesn't really have control in that sense. Or like in LeBron's case, it's like, oh, the team has like 3 superstars, but then it doesn't have anybody else. Everyone else sucks. So they rely too much on that, which is usually a good problem to have, but fuck's sake. We're not getting like a clean 1-2 curve, so we only win 1 game with that. Amazing. We get Dark Matter Dragon Fruit both times. This is even worth it just to ramp it up, even as I'm complaining about that. He's ranked 28 though, so as much as this game is more active than I expect it to be, like I always give it that credit. How can there be so many people online, and how come the queue times are so fast? But the reality is that it will rank you against people like 20 ranks above or 20 ranks below, so it just has no regard for that aspect. Strike through, conjure a flower. It has strike through again. Doesn't matter what it is. Any cycling here is good value. When this hurts the zombie hero, conjure a corn squash. Why does it always seem to give you event cards? It doesn't have to be. This thing is okay. When your hero plan is healed, I don't know how much healing I really have in here though. 3/3, but I can't really do anything about it. I don't think anything here is really going to benefit from the ramp. Yeah, I hear you like conjuration, so we conjure a card that conjures another card. And that's the best way to get value here. Out of whatever hodgepodge decks we still have. I guess I can't complain as much now, though, because I have been very lucky. Okay, dude. This would be good just to finish it off, but it's not. When destroyed, make a 1-1. Yeah, unfortunately. This almost doesn't seem worth it, but I'll still do it. This is not particularly that good of a deck, but who knows. The best I'm going to do is just by going super aggro. I should have almost saved it for, after that. Doom Razor Zombie, when it hurts the hero, make a random gravestone in any lane. What does that mean? Oh, I guess just like any zombie that could potentially come from a gravestone. I feel like I've never gotten particularly great value out of this card. Let's see. Probably is an okay thing to do. Gonna be some kind of crazy gargantuan shit though that he gets out of it. When a assigned zombie does damage, that zombie gets +1. Almost as effective as my type of synergies where there is none. Fuck's sake. The bonus attack, you didn't even need to do that. Oh wow, so you're gonna get 2 damage instead. Damn. I mean, it's -2, -2. Guess we can do that one. You have to survive for a certain amount of time, but I mean, I guess I should be the one on the aggressive. Yet another legendary, but again, they're not really. It's just hard to do anything under so much duress here. Like, probably just play 2 things together here. Let's do. When it hurts the zombie hero, but I don't really have the luxury of doing that right now. But you know what you could do is actually put this here, and then this will get buffed up by both of them. And then you could at least kill. Kind of more important to kill that, though. Even never mind the buff, just because of the fact that Conjuring counts for Dino Roar. Oh, yeah. That's right. I think someone said that before, right? When I was making fun of how easy it is to get the effect of Dino Roar. Like, what a stupid thing. Like, oh my goodness, I have to draw a card. Blood has dementia. Oh, here we go, dude. One of the cards exclusively that I lose to. And I can never get it as long as I live. I had the chance, but I didn't have my little gem saving thing in mind at the time. Okay, maybe we'll settle for getting rank 15 then instead of rank. Holy shit. That's kind of rough. How did I go on such a good streak the one time? I guess some people were just disconnecting out. These should be about as good as my decks have been, or maybe I just have to remake them. I was trying to go for like little gimmicks that I don't need to do. This guy I do like. You know, we got the disco ball thing, which is awesome. To me, that's a legendary. I actually thought it was until I got it. It's just like a super rare or something, but destroy a zombie on the ground. You don't really want to worry about that right now, though. That is almost a win condition effect, that if you get enough walnuts down and then you just have that out there, it's very hard to deal with. Want to say I'm eating pumpkin pie? Nice. It is that time of year. Everybody goes nuts about the pumpkin spice latte and stupid stuff like from Starbucks. Now, you don't always have to put it in the water just because, you know, then we can do the spine apple. I do love this guy's whole playstyle. It would be more annoying in certain kind of games, but you know, you're kind of trying to slow pace them, but you can only do it but so much. Or we could do the thorns, which is very nice too. Cards you conjure cost 1 less. When this hurts the hero, conjure. Oh, here we go, dude. Like, you want to kill this, but you also want to stop these from hitting me so I don't get to... You know, don't let him conjure too much stuff. So that's a tough move. Pumpkin pie and lattes. Why pumpkin? Well, because it's around Halloween, October now. No, just a pie because pumpkin pie is solid B+ tier. Maybe even A-. But he still gets it either way, but we got the buff. Those things are so annoying. It's a pretty good value card. 2 mana, 1/5 with a very good effect. I think Lemon is from America. I'm America Guns. Oh, come on. What's going on, dude? Destroys the plant, destroy all copies of the plant, which is actually somewhat annoying. I don't know what I can do about it, though. Does that mean if it's already out here, it would also destroy it? And I guess I could put it there, but it's going to be hard to kill that regardless. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. That would be kind of cruel in a way. It'll destroy the plant even if it's on the board. It should be like from your hand and deck. You're falling off the earth. Note that I've been in America for my whole life. 16 years, and I've only seen like 2 guns in person. I guess it depends where you live, too. Let's actually see how this interaction will work. Of course, he undid my environment, too. Oh, come on. That's insane, though. I guess I haven't seen it. Well, we still get another one, though. I should have put it there to stop. Okay, at least I can squash this clown. Don't they normally not attack in the gravestones? Like, you just can't do anything there? Why would he whack into it like... Then I think you live somewhere else. No, it's not quite that simple. I never really understood that whole argument either. Like, you know... It's like cars are very dangerous. So some guy, Daryl Brooks, if you know the story, like he drove his car through a parade and whatever happened. It's like, does that mean that cars are bad and we shouldn't have cars? Like, it's so stupid. I'm not going to blame the tool that they use. Those people are only in America, of course. Everywhere else on the earth is perfect. Why do people say that, like, everybody... I mean, certainly compared to most countries, a lot more people do. But it's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. It just happens to be the case. All zombies have +1/+1. Wow, isn't this such an awesome card? This is like the missed caller or something. I'm surprised I don't see it more. Like, the value doesn't seem that good, but I love effects like that. This has way too many goddamn cards in their hand because of this stupid ass... What am I supposed to do about it? Oh, this is where team up actually hurts you. Because if there wasn't team up, it would move there at the worst. Okay, dude, I'm getting trolled today. What's going on? We're gonna have to give the zombies a chance to shine. This combo of playing these two together was so insane because I can't keep up with the value of it. Move a plant. I don't know. This will stop one of them from getting through. It doesn't mean that I lose, but it pretty much should mean that. Have you seen the person to gun ratio? Actually, I don't know exactly. 1 to 1. Well, but that just means like the same. That's kind of a little bit unfair because the same person will own like 100 and then somebody else, you know, the next 100 people won't own a single one. So it's not, oh my God. It's not entirely an accurate way to look at it. Unless you're in Texas. People don't just carry them around, or they conceal them when they do, basically. Oh, he'll get that again? Okay, I can respect this synergy at least, but it's still annoying. Fair enough, in like every other state is an accurate way to measure it. It's not about whether it's accurate, but you can see how it's like, it doesn't mean that everybody has one. It means that people who have them might be collectors and they do it for various purposes other than just using them. The majority of people don't even use them. Like they go hunting with them or stuff like that. It's not even a big deal. Excuses for what though? This is what I mean. Like, oh, I love this dude. This guy has like my dream zombie deck. I've always wanted this guy. I love his effect. I've kind of want these. Man, what was the other thing? He's like the missed caller, basically. I'll call him the +1/+1 for the rest of the game. I still haven't lost, but it's pretty much stupid. You know, even if I do this, right? He'll just get another one, so I can never win this matchup. Even if I got both of my Dark Matter Dragon Fruits, that is insane. You talk about control, no way to silence it. Oh, I love that card. I do want Octozombie. It's so good because look at the scenario now. There's nothing I could ever do to beat this guy because he needs that Octo. I won't say the word. Wasn't that a name of like a James Bond movie though? It had some weird subtitle like that. And actually, I almost thought it was like a joke, like an Austin Powers type of meme on it, but it actually did have that in there. Yeah, see, the fact that you think you need to make an excuse for it is the problem. There's nothing inherently wrong with just simply having them. Or I should have done that, but it's already over. Like, look at their hand. Like, I didn't get the disco guy. At least I'm happy with the way these decks have come together, but just somehow today we're not having any luck. 1-0-0-3. I know someone who is uncomfortable with saying the P word, but I don't know. Sometimes you're not supposed to say it, I guess. Can't win this game. There, okay. What if I am too, though? Does that negate their advantage supposedly from that? Okay, we'll go switch over to the zombies. Am I though? Maybe. Guess. Now, who's usually my star of the show here? Let's give it to Infinity and let's play it super brain dead aggro, which worked pretty well for me in the past. When I was saying let's get to rank 20, I'd be lucky if I get to rank 15. What the hell is going on? I had that little extra cushion too of like starting at rank 5 at the beginning because I got to gold, so I better at least get to gold, but I was hoping to get to 25. Okay, that you don't want, obviously. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. You usually don't want to use this type of damage on the face, but you kind of still do because if it goes on too long, you're not going to have a chance anyway. It's pretty good to start. Farm up the block meter. I'm swapping to Asian. I identify as that. Okay, dude. What's your rating in chess? You know, I'll just go face. I'm not worried about it. Oh, yeah, but yeah, we'll hit that. But he'll get... Or no, he shouldn't get oh, no, he does get buffed. So now there's no point. We may as well just go face. We're almost trying to bait out the block meter, so I guess it's a net positive. Even if you help them farm out their block meter, you want to get it done with as quickly as possible just so you can get all 3 of them done, so you can just kill them. You can't really be too picky and worry about it, like, oh, I'll try to kill them with them still having 2 block meter charges up, just because I'm doing the right amounts of damage to negate that, basically. Like... You know, you'll kind of split through. It doesn't mean they have to lose all 3 every time for you to kill them. Don't play cheese. That's what Nightmare used to call it. I identify as an attack helicopter. I forget what that's originally from. That's been used a lot over the years, actually. Stream is sponsored by... It's not, but I'm just reading his thing. Timu, the shop like a billionaire. I've seen that ad like a million times. Almost as annoying as those mobile game ads like... What's it called? The stupid Hero Wars or something. When this hurts the playing hero, deal 3 damage to a random plant, which he's not even really playing any plants. I'm bad at chess anyway. Totally not a scam. Copyright Girl Wars. Okay, this we could do to kill it, but would it get some sort of weird buff? Dino Roar, but the Dino Roar shouldn't happen right now, so we should be good. Or we'd actually be pretty close to killing him. 2, 4. We'll pop the thing. Actually, he should be dead, because he'll pop the block now. And then, well, depending what he gets. See, this is what I don't like. You would say that's a misplay if I didn't do that, because I would have missed lethal. But then I don't. No, I guess I still do. Get it. But if he got like a heal or something stupid, which I guess I don't know what all the hero cards are. Wait, but I still don't get it. What the fuck? I don't know what happened. When can Raid Shadow Legends partner with NordVPN? The world would literally end. They're too powerful. We got an ad for it. It's supposed to be NSFW bait. Dude, if I lose this now, I don't even deserve to play this game. Like, you don't even have anything, dude. I mean, you have a lot of shit in your hand, to be fair. You must all. It's a good thing I have 20 million power in Rise of Kingdoms. Move a zombie. Okay, dude. You have plenty of sun, so you'd think you'd do something about this, but you're just not. This is what's gonna happen. I didn't finish him off quickly enough, and now we're gonna get clowned by this guy. Who's the real captain here now? They're of equal rank. Captain Combustible and Captain, whatever, Cucumber. So stupid. When it gets hit, it puts the thing in the water, or potentially, but you're still not dead. And I'm very close to dying. Envoy the King's Return. Yeah, that's one of those stupid ads that I always see. Should probably put this down, actually. If it gets to that point, though, I'm already dead. That's the thing. Because he'll just double strike, or maybe he won't. In a way, you almost don't want to play anything because if he removes one but not the other, then it's kind of hard to figure out. You want him to hit you with both so that you pop the shield first. If he destroys this with something else, or no, if he trades in and then he hits me there, then it won't pop the block and I'll just die. Fry is doing the Hardy class tier list. This is a game where you can have 69 lethal cards and you still lose. Why 69? It is very annoying. Oh my god. You have no mana though, so you should still... No, I think I'll die in the exact way that I just said. That's so fucking stupid. I hate that. Literally 1 HP. All zombies get deadly, draw a card. I may as well just do it. Is it going to be something that just does damage to the face right away? When in an environment, deal 1 damage to each plant. And destroyed me 1/1 hobbies with amphibious next door. Now, technically, I don't know. It's not going to matter what I put there because double strike is going to kill me anyway, so... Put this here. If it dies, it'll summon a 1/1 there to potentially kill you. But I don't even know. Put this here, but it's not going to do anything. Just kind of leave that one space, I guess, open. Which maybe was stupid because, you know, I could have just... Okay, whatever. I could have put something in the second lane, but... What is better, the stone face emoji or the skull? Yeah, I feel like the stone face one isn't used enough. The skull one's kind of way overused these days. My friend's been using it in comments like a shitload. I never really use YouTube to post comments, but my friend just spams random shit on everybody's stuff. Like, it's hard to even explain, but he has like all kind of formats for how he does it. What is going on today? Comparing apples to oranges. Green apples are better than oranges. Okay, let's try to get some wins here with somebody. Mash could go on a good streak. This isn't even a bad hand, but it's too slow because you need something at a little discount here. Both of them represent bruh, but in different ways. I would eat apples rather than oranges any day. I guess I don't really like apples in and of themselves, but I love them in stuff like apple pie or some kind of other flavored thing. Oh, that's perfect, actually. Skull is laughed to death. Yeah, I feel like it can also be used in sort of a monotone way, though, too. But I feel like that's what it used to be used for, and then the whole laughter thing is more recent of a development. Stone face is more like, actually, if you say it is better, you're lying. We could do All sport zombies, but I don't even have sport zombies. But I mean, I should do this, and I should do the 1 cost here. What hits harder? Yeah, I'm leaning towards the stone face, and it kind of suits me too. That should be my icon almost. It'll be that stone face, but doing the shush icon like my Diablo. So it'll have like a stone finger above his mouth. Team Sports Imp is good without sport. Really? Oh yeah, it'll buff itself, so I guess this will still trade in though. Decent at the least. I am a stone face. In fact, I was even more like that before. You should have heard me back in the day. Or rather, you wouldn't have, because I was so quiet and I barely even talked. But yet somehow people liked it better, because to whatever extent, I was a little more popular then. Actually, a lot more in the context of it. You represent every and no emotion all at once. Emotions are playthings for my amusement. Yeah, this is fine. He won't kill it, or he will kill it. Okay, his deck doesn't seem that good, but... And you have 2 team mascots buff each... Yeah, that would be amazing, actually. This I can't really do because I'd love to combo it with something. Or maybe... I don't want to take the chance because it's kind of valuable to just do a period. But you know what? I'll do this because it'll guarantee its safety, because I'll roll the ball into his dumbass. What's it called? Rolling stone. I always call it like a bowling ball. Critical thinking equals emotions. What? You can make half a sports deck, half other random cards. Yeah, I was kind of trying to make it like half sports and half pets, because I have like little synergies for each one. Amphibious bullseye, that's kind of garbage actually. Probably playing with 4 or less. So we're like mixing 2 incomplete synergies with each other just for the heck of it. Gravestone, when revealed, move a plant. Not really a big deal. We should play something on there, though. Wait, what? Oh, you can't do it with the... I always forget that. You can't do it with the gravestone. You got a 5/5, 3/2, doing good amount of damage. There's sort of... I guess it took me this long to explicitly say it. There's a bias towards playing your stronger stuff on the right side than the left side. No, not necessarily though. But like in this situation, just because you'll end up whatever. Because you'll end up popping the block meter basically. And that you'll get a frenzy bonus anyway. So what is this guy? When played, he gets +1 for each other plant and zombie. Quite a good effect. Does Simply even watch anymore? Yeah, he's not in here as much now, but he's a 1900 rated chess player, for what that's worth. And he went from my level when we started. We both started playing like at the same time, like in February of last year. And then, yeah, he's the only other mod for right now. Okay, we'll just block this dude for now. He should be pretty close to dead. And they're both equally good. Okay, he's not going to kill me, or is he going to? No. You're a better mod? Well, both of you are equal because there's nothing really that you have to do. What is going on? I can't win a single game. Like, maybe I'm not playing that well, but... I don't think I've won like a single... No, I think I won 1 game as Green Shadow. Maybe I should give it a second rotation. There's no rule against doing that. It just means I have to... you know, switch when I lose with 1, but this is going to be a very unsatisfying episode. Remember what I just told you last time on how to win. Amphibious anti-hero is fine. Okay, you don't need the bonus attack. You don't really, I don't know, like just for the cost of it, you kind of don't mind it, but find their families. That is very admirable mod behavior. Here we go. Here, when revealed in an environment, which we don't really have. This one is going to be when it does damage, draw a card, which is okay. This is fine. When destroyed, make a 1/1 with amphibious next door. It sure is good mod behavior. Okay, so we trade in pretty well there. I don't mind it. Then this is good because I don't know what he's going to summon. So whether the deadly is worth it or not, your life is as valuable as a summer ant. It's a very random sort of insult. You serve zero purpose. May a diseased yak make love to your sister's kneecap. That's one of my favorite insults ever. Randomly, Roger Ebert just said that doing a movie review to like Gene or Richard Roper, I think. It was just so out of the blue. Hey, Nag, how's it going? Do 1 damage to everything. It's almost the sort of thing like I don't know if I should just ignore it. I don't know. Like every time I'm playing on the board, I'm losing, so I don't care. Go ahead and do 1 damage. Why can't I just win on that top tier god reference? Okay, that still doesn't bother me, and it still won't die to the stupid cactus thing. We have cactus at home. This is cactus at home compared to the one in PvZ 1, which is the 1/5 in this game, which is not very good either. When revealed, move this zombie. I mean, sure, we can pretend like we're going to tank that, but I don't even want to. How did you find robbery from the directory or the category? The most dead category of anything on Twitch because it normally has 0 viewers, or when it does, it's the same few people over and over. You could flip something back, which I don't know if I want to do that or not. You could do 4, 5, 6, but actually I can't. No, let's just keep ignoring it, actually. That clearly couldn't go wrong. Should be able to out-damage him at least. Low tier god meme. Commands, YouTube, Discord, chat. Yeah, I don't think songs actually does anything. Oh yeah, what was the command you said I should add? I forgot. Oh, like watch time. We're letting this guy stick around a little bit too long, but it should be okay. He'll trade in, but he's totally burned out of cards, so that should mean that I should finally win a game. Yeah, I'll have to add that. I forgot even how to do it. You uncultured swine. I'm avoiding that AoE damage as much as possible. That one guy alone doesn't scare me. You could bounce somebody, but I don't see the point, really. But I guess I could bounce like a 1/1 or something stupid. You gotta play it like a hunter in Hearthstone. Just go faces the place. But I never really like playing like that either. I'm never too aggro and I'm never too control. I'm always somewhere in the middle. Which this game actually does a pretty brilliant job of. Like, I don't know if it's because the curve doesn't go that high. Like, there's not a ton of high cost cards. Or just because there's not enough cards, period. You know what? I'm really ignoring that. I'm ghosting that cactus, so I'm going to actually do that. Everything else will trade in just fine. The firefighter's animation is actually pretty cool. I would have made him a skeleton, though, like I said. Keep up with memes, do better. I don't really keep up with them either, though, to be fair. Here, we'll just go like that for now. I'm not going to worry about it. It's like letting that thing die is my biggest, worst nightmare because it'll kill a couple of things, at least. Move a zombie to this lane. Fine. You do a bonus attack on there. I probably should have done it on the other guy. Move a zombie does a bonus attack. I don't want to move it, though. Attack for 2 damage in each ground lane. Really? Maybe now I'll take out the cactus just for the heck of it. because there's nothing to really save it for, I guess. Get a little refund. Do this, or I should have killed it with like a bonus attack. Or actually, it still won't kill it. Do 2 damage to the zombie here. Okay, that's very annoying. But actually, we'll just move it there. This game's animations and presentation and everything makes it just feel like one of the fastest paced card games ever. You don't even have to choose to attack or not, you're just forced to, which in some ways is bad. You should keep yourself safe now. Why are you talking in caps lock the whole time? Okay, I can't do anything with that. We'll do that. It'll kill our own stuff, but he should just be dead. This guy actually had a bad deck, imagine. So that's only the 2nd game I've won all day. And if I don't go on a good streak here, I would have to reset, which, again, there's no rule against doing it, but I generally don't like doing it, where let's just go on a 20-game win streak with Super Brains. It's amazing I always do these kind of formats, even in like my Permadeath Gauntlet, like with Overwatch or Overwatch 2 and Paladins, but I never go on those crazy streaks. Like, you would expect, okay, one time I go on a 20-game win streak or something, just once. I'm not saying with every character. It just never happens. Even if I'm bad, you know, the team should be good enough to carry me or something. It's so weird. Come on, we can make this count. Get to rank 20, or at least get as close to rank 20 as possible. I'm going to ignore the Sunflower because I'm so obsessed with going phase, which I'm sure people would say is not a good choice, but he's going to have some crazy mid-game, end-game stuff. He would just play something there with team up anyway, so it wouldn't, or, you know, something to protect it. Move zombie gets +1. You get +3, and then I'd be able to play the other dude as well. When played, double strike doesn't really bother me too much. We're just going to ignore his little cosmic guy. 2-4. But yeah, just make a deck where all 40 cards are something to do with Conjuration, which would be super fun, actually. Just like a full Discovery deck. That'd be almost the equivalent of Renounced Darkness here. Okay, dude. He does like this little double strike, although that was sort of just incidental that he got it. Sometimes breaking the block meter doesn't help you at all. In fact, it only hurts because it's just giving them more superpowers. But then again, it's almost impossible to prevent that. Like, it should be up to him to, you know, clear my board. It shouldn't be up to me to worry about his, because I'm the one going phase, but somehow it'll backfire on me. Tips Ahoy ad. Destroy with 5 or more, that's very well worth it. Draw 2 cards we can save. Move a zombie gets +1. Draw 2 cards. Now moving a zombie here is valuable. Wow. And not that I need 3 of them, just for the deadly aspect. Yeah, like all this is doing is helping to charge my block meter. You don't get those in Australia. I don't think that has anything to do with that, but I get all kind of weird ads from around the world. He's down to 6. Okay, dude. Why is that even a Chomzilla power? That feels like it has nothing to do with that. You know what I could do is I could move this. Then I could move that guy there. Then I could draw 2, and move something. Let's draw 2 with this, and then maybe I'll still be able to play something. Oh, look at that crazy kind of combo turn. Chomzilla heal, yeah. Or did he get that from somewhere else? That doesn't seem to fit with what the character's all about. They should be more aggressive, right? It's solar class? Yeah, this is unironically actually helping me. Move a zombie, then it does a bonus attack. I guess it's worth it because, you know, you're going to draw a card from it too. It's about growing, and sun makes you grow. Now she's about growing by devouring stuff and swallowing it whole, so that'll increase her net size. Okay, this I could have played, but I'm kind of enjoying the way I'm using that. The fact that you're forced to attack makes this sometimes beneficial that way. Rose, everybody's least favorite hero, just for how annoying she can be, but I can't believe he's saying like, oh, Octo Zombie's not even good though. I understand it's a late game type of play, but it's awesome in and of itself. If you get to that point, there's no other value like it in the game. You get a free 8/8 every single turn, and you force them to deal with it, assuming they're not beating you on the board, which I imagine the level that he's thinking about, they probably would be doing that, but Dragon Best Ultra. Well, thankfully I have that already. But at least for the zombie stuff. Hey, Legendary, how's it going? Okay, this is good. This is good. This you don't really want. Gotta go full aggro. Maybe this guy will go on his first good streak pretty much ever, because normally it's Infinity or Smash for the zombies. This guy's been the worst, actually, of the three. PlayStation or Xbox. Pretty good. So let's put this in the water. We got to just go full face mode and don't try to do anything else, because that's the only way I have a chance. Oh, it's going to destroy my chest, though. Grew up with Xbox, but both are good. I grew up with Nintendo, but then I became a PC gamer because I realized how garbage consoles are in general. But I do like PlayStation better in that conversation always. At least their exclusives tend to be a lot better, like The Last of Us and Demon Souls and stuff like that. When an imp hurts them, yeah, that's worth it. Yeah, nobody ever says Nintendo because their hardware sucks. You think of them as just like a secondary backup option, like the handheld. I have an Xbox, but I want a PlayStation. They're both really good. What's sad is I always get them, but then I never use them, so it feels kind of like a waste. I have a PS5 and an Xbox and a Switch, obviously over years of getting it, but it just feels like I hardly ever use it, or I have to find an excuse to do it. Only thing I played on the Switch was like NBA 2K because of whatever. I was just kind of bored or whatever. I would play a game like before I go to bed. Yeah, PlayStation. I have a Switch. Anyone want to play Smash Bros? It almost feels like it's time for another one to come out, right? Unless maybe I missed it and it already did. Right, because that came out in like 2018 or something. I also have a Switch, but I don't have Smash. Okay, this would be worth it to do for the card draw because I'm really dead in that regard. See, now if he survives, which I'm sure he will, I'll have no chance. Next, you'll say you don't have Breath of the Wild either. The whole point of having it in the first place. Hot Lava, do 1 damage to each plant and zombie here, as if that shouldn't be super effective on the plants, like just, you know, fire type advantage. So if it wasn't for the stupid block meter, we'd be in great shape, but because of it, I'm probably going to lose still. This is the kind of game that would piss me off. Like, I'm doing so good, but because of his hand, he's gonna somehow come out with this. I mean, that's just for the sake of trading. I don't, but Tears of the Kingdom looks cool. Never played Zelda. He's pretty close to dead, but he's just gonna have way too much shit here. Might be worth it to do that for the card draw alone. Wait, you've never played any Zelda game though? That seems kind of unbelievable. That at least traded in. We'll hit him for 2. The card draw is very nice. You wouldn't think it would be too difficult to win this, but I'm still annoyed by it. Or the bonus attack alone should guarantee my victory. He'll have some heals. He'll have some ton of defensive stuff to play. This actually looks quite cool. In America, at the start of school day, you need to pledge allegiance to the flag. You used to have to do that, but actually, I was one of those who kind of just wouldn't do it. I just didn't care. Not for any other reason. Bro, oh my god. But yeah, it might not be like that anymore. That was a long time ago. I'm an old man. Okay, 15 is nice. At least we did that. But okay, so now I won't do the rotation. But can we get to rank 20 with Super Brains? Because I really hope I can. Because I want to try to push for rank 25 next time. Maybe I don't deserve it. I want to make some sort of vague amount of progress with this run. You also idolize the military. Now that's kind of unfair, though. I think every country sort of is taught to do that to an extent. But obviously, you know, I always say, like, blame the bureaucrats who are making them fight these pointless wars or doing whatever they're doing. Don't blame them necessarily. That's good. The chicken is also really good here. I did it, but I don't know why. One of the great contradictions of society is there was an NBA player back in like the 90s, Abdul Rauf, who played whatever. He was a really good player, and then he wouldn't stand for the pledge, so he was like blackballed and blacklisted, and you know, it ruined his whole career. And then 20 years later, Colin Kaepernick does the same thing in the NFL, and he kneels and, oh, he's a hero and this and that. That's such a bullshit thing. So they ruined this guy's career for the same exact reason, and now, oh wow, it's like he was just ahead of the curve with whatever stupid symbolism that's even supposed to mean. I'm glad they got rid of it. It was hyper nationalistic. When played on heights or in an environment, it gets +2. Oh, that's very good. You can't play the chicken. 3 mana 4/4, not bad. Okay, the team up, it still won't, or no, it will die. I feel like I must have just gotten him not long ago because I don't really remember using him. Now, should I be playing on the border or should I be going face is the point. Zombie tricks cost 1 more, but that hardly matters because I hardly even use tricks. Or actually, maybe that wasn't the best. No, but I would have had to flip something anyway, so I guess we do that just for the free brains. Now, oh, not Starch Lord. It's hard to know whether I should prioritize that or not, though. I guess it's fine. That card can actually just hurt you a lot of the times, this stupid firefighter. Right, you'd rather have another one of these. But even that's better statted. So I can't really do anything about the... There's no reason to ever... No, not Swordsword. There's nothing I can do about him. Like, he won't let me kill it, ever. This is how it goes. He's invincible. Unless I get a direct removal card, or I'll have to buff him myself to put him in this threshold. Okay, at least that I can use my thing on. It's just so annoying sometimes. Getting him relatively low. Not a bad performance by Super Brains, though. He's kind of winning. I love your flat tone. It makes it more funny. That always was my style. I was very sort of deadpan. Very serious. That is almost pointless to do. And I'll still do it, though. Draw a card for each zombie, which is actually an amazing card. Especially for this time, but that might be one of the best card draw capabilities ever. It'll make up for the fact that he probably has a much better, you know, much better value deck than me. At least I'm playing it kind of the right style, where I'm trying to just go full aggro, which I don't know why I always think not to do that. Just my innate nature pushes me towards playing mid-range and stuff. I love to see the fear in their eyes before they die. These heroes. Do a Chills impression. I forget how he talks. It's really awkward though. But it's not really how he sounds. He's sort of putting it on a bit. I don't know. I don't think I can do it. I'm not good at doing voices. But he says things in the most belabored fashion. So today, guys, we're looking at this haunted lady. She's in the window and she's walking by. I wonder what we can make of this weird and supernatural phenomenon. Like he'll just sort of, it's just like a padding technique to make it, whatever, more content out of it than there really is. This bed sheet flipped over. Clearly, there must be a supernatural poltergeist presence. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Mid-impression moment. Two, 4, 2, 5. I think I got his tone right, but I can't do the voice. This is good. It's worth it to do because I'm just trying to go face, but I would love to be able to use the effect. So it kind of forces his hand to play something which he doesn't, which is a big shocker. That's the biggest mistake of your life right there. Because whatever I get is going to be good value, clearly. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. This is maybe my favorite zombie card in the whole game. Amphibious, like if I get to that point, you just lose the game. It may as well be Exodia. You can't do anything about it. It's just unstoppable. And in a game like this, it has such immense value because, I don't know, there's just nothing like it. How would you deal with that even in the meta? I guess the answer would be you would kill them before they get to comfortably do it, but if it gets to be a more board control type of game, you just can't do anything. We're gonna be too top heavy though, as usual. Free to play newish player with no crafting is already top heavy. Imagine that within like 15 episodes or however many I've done. I've lost count now, but look at how we're clutching it with the last guy though. And not to jinx it, I gotta get to rank 20 though. I was even ready to almost do another. This is maybe a sign that I should never do that. But if I had more heroes, that would give me 1 extra life every episode. See, that's the relevance of it. So I shouldn't be allowed to do that. If I lose with everybody once, I'm just done. Or, of course, I have to play with the real pressure that the episode is going to end, and then I start to play better. But I feel like some of those weren't even my fault. Or to turn, you get +1, but we'll just ignore it and go phase because that's all we're good for. You have to resign yourself to how bad some of these decks can be sometimes and just understand that that's your only hope of winning. Now, you're going to wish you used that on this one, part 1, but wait until the sequel, and then you won't be able to do anything about that either. Like, this guy is such a clown trash card, but this is the best we have, really. I'm going to completely, literally ignore this dude. All night looking like Nico Kato Avocado. I don't know what he looks like, actually, but... Okay, we'll pop his little ice block thing. And we, of course, get it at a reduced rate. But, of course, once you play it, it won't be the reduced cost anymore. So that makes it for a more friendly curve type of play, too. Move a zombie does a bonus attack. What is this? Destroy all gravestones here and next door. I guess this might be a good thing because it would have died there anyway to the mine. Or would it have? Yeah. So it saves it from the mine. We get a bonus attack. Nothing's lost. But that's why strike through can be good because it just triggers the block early. It's not about the amount of damage you're doing. It'd be perfect if we can end you with this. I almost want to drag the game out just to show it off. So I guess people don't like this card though, but it's not even a question of like, oh, Dark Matter Dragon Fruit's better because it's for zombies. So like, it does for you what that would do, kind of, even though the effects are completely different. But I just love the longevity of it. Like, what would you use to stop this effect from working? The zucchini maybe is the only thing I can think of. turn all things into 1/1s, you know? I forget if that even works in the water, but how is he even surviving this? Like, just in case he does some crazy buff stuff, I'll just do that. You should just lose to the 8/8, but then again, the block meter is gonna save you, so I might have been better off if I just didn't play anything. Okay, don't do the heal though. I could probably get you with a bonus attack here. Or no, he just moves anyway. Shit. Whatever prize card I get is gonna be good. Or not prize card, this isn't Pokemon. Probably with 4 or more. Wait, shouldn't that be... Or no, 5 or more. Okay, he should be pretty much right where I want him. If I do a bonus attack here, there should be no escape. The strike through alone should get you. Draw a card for each zombie. I guess that is one that I haven't appreciated the value of too much over time, but... 3, 6, 5... I guess we can just block that one, and then the bonus attack should be good enough. Look at him licking his lips. It doesn't let you emote, but these still do have a pretty good amount of personality to them. Or wait, I still won't actually win, though. Or no, I arguably should, but... Even if I didn't do that, it wouldn't have mattered. Oh yeah, the strike through gets you too. Strike through and bullseye are not really mechanics I like too much, but you know, I can understand their value. Okay, I like this. See, we give everybody a chance to shine. Somehow everybody lost. Only Green Shadow won a single game, and now this guy's gonna go on a tear. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about this game is the fact that the screen is like this, or that you're forced to play on mobile. Other than that, it's actually a lot better than I even thought it would be. That is very good, but I don't know if now is the time to really hold on to it. Think about it. Like, I'm such a big fan of card games, but I would rather play this than Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I'd rather play it than... What else is it? Like, any of these other ones that are out there. Legends of Runeterra. Not saying that's even that good, but just some ones that got more publicity and stuff. Or yeah, Marvel Snap. I did like Duelist 2, but I have to make a proper series out of it. And of course, I never played Duelist 1. That was the whole reason why I did that, even. Yeah, that's a good start. Do the pirate thing, maybe? Or, yeah, that would be fine. If it hurts the thing, draw a card. When a pirate hurts that, then it gets +1/+1 as well. This we can save. This we can save. The whole trick is don't go for board control. But see, even like the cards that I have now on the plants make me want to play for board control more. Or at least on Green Shadow. Because you do want to get to the point where you can play Dark Matter Dragon Fruit and stuff. Even the game that I won, I didn't play him. But it's not like I'm going to blame him or correlate the two. Like, oh, we won because I didn't play him. So ignore that 3/1. It doesn't have any buff capability. I could care less. Go here. That's why the water is so good to get some sneak damage in. Yes. A lot of the time people have trouble dealing with that. Whenever I praise a card, we have a higher tendency of getting it, whether it be through Conjuration or actually through packs. So that Octopus Zombie is so good. So now the next pack we open, we'll get him. Just like how I was saying, oh, I love the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit so much. It might be the best card in the game. I even made my title that, and then I get a second one. And now that we might actually have to deal with. We can maybe move something and give it a bonus attack. If it was dead, well... What if I just give it a bonus attack, period? Then I should be in good shape. That's... Oh, come on. I mean, at least that is an expensive proposition for him. I can still move something over and do it, but... I actually won't. Or maybe I should. When it hurts the zombie, bounce that zombie. That is a little bit inconvenient. Move it, it gets +1. What if we ignore that? You know what? I'm not going to sacrifice the 4 damage, though. I don't care. I'll tank everything and just try to out-damage him, which I might not be able to do. Seems like a big mistake, but I was sort of I was relying on the fact that I would be able to whatever, kill it with the deadly thing. We'll give it the bonus attack was the whole idea here. I still don't even care about that, which I probably should care about. It'll give me the stupid block meter thing anyway, so of course we're not going to have any healing here. You play a P, this gets +2/+2. And it hurts it, bounce it. Do we obviously have to, or no, maybe I don't have to do that. All zombies get deadly. The only reason why you would do a bonus attack, I guess, is to keep it alive. This is not the best spot to really be in, or that would have killed it twice over then. Yeah, bounce it. Bounce it when it's dead so I can play it again. That was okay. The problem is I'm just getting too low and I have nothing to actually play. Yeah, there's never going to be enough removal in the universe for that stupid octopus guy. And now I will have to deal with this. So he'll bounce something, which I want to ignore, but I feel like I can't. Or no, we'll just have to bounce it anyway, so I don't know what I'm doing. He just got too much health for me to really do this. And he has too many cards, which makes me feel like it's a really good quality deck, or at least I've met my match here. Plant Evolution, draw 2 cards. And obviously I should destroy that. Try to hang on for as long as I can. We could move it and give it +1. But I don't see the point right now. Try to get in as much desperate damage as I can. The firefighter kind of has screwed me over a couple times. Just with respect to... I don't know. I don't want to play the stupid firefighter, but I guess I should, so... I should almost have done the Benjamin Franklin dude just for... I like how many of those name drops you can have. Like, oh, the Michael Jackson zombie, the Benjamin Franklin zombie. Oh, shit, we're going to lose to our own buddy here. And he plays him in a suboptimal lane like that. Just to obviously get the face damage. Fuck. Yeah, such an overpowered busted deck. What a tryhard. Meanwhile, I have 2 of them, so if I was playing myself, I would see the same thing. You get to rank 16, which is a little disappointing, but I should certainly be able to get to rank 20 next time. You can see how you can go on a bad streak like that. Just, we have almost enough to buy a pack. In fact, I could buy it, because we'll get the difference of 10 gems any time anyway. I should probably remake some of these decks, though. Like, you know, that was kind of a short episode in a way. Recycle extras, but I have no use for the dust or whatever anyway. I don't even know what this is called, actually. Like, let me buy 1 pack and then... Imagine if that 10 gem thing makes the difference, though, somehow. I don't see why it would, though. Because we'll be guaranteed to at least get some gems next time. I don't know for how long I would really want to just buy premium packs, but... We'll get another legendary here. Why not? As long as I just get different things, I'm happy. Is it just 1 rare? That's fine. hunt 1 mana 2/2. But see, even that's good because that's like tantamount to the chicken. When revealed, destroy one of their nuts or berries. 2 mana 2/2. What do you mean? Destroy one of their nuts or berries. Whose? Like, it doesn't specify one of the opponent's nuts or berries. All right, that's fine. I could buy like 5 more packs at any time I want, but it doesn't hurt me to really hold on like this either. So obviously, that difference of 10 is clearly not going to bite me in the butt. So with that, let's actually try to make some new decks from scratch, because maybe I'm doing something wrong with these. I got a little bit too happy about the legendaries, and I maybe was trying to do something too fancy. Okay. So, what is really the goal here? You're going to use Dark Matter Dragon Fruit, but you also want to play for the buffs and stuff. You don't want that, because that's just for the bean meme. Move a zombie, conjure a banana. That can sometimes be good, but I leave stuff like that more for the hero cards. This is a decent value card. This is a 1 mana 3/1, which is not bad at all. I feel like getting at least one of those is decent. I don't really want 2 of them. I love that card, but I don't know whether 4 is really the right amount. But we can change that later. I just want stuff... Hey, Stars, welcome back. I just want stuff that's sort of more innate value. This is good. This is good. We'll do 2 of those just for the effect. Lands here get double strike. I don't know that I really want that, but... How about I do 1 of... You know, environments can be really hard to deal with. Where's the fire P? Oh, yeah, here we go. 2 mana 2/3. When played, move a zombie to this lane. I don't know how good that effect really is, though. A lot of the time, it's not. What do I have here that I would question? Like maybe the team up. 16 out of 40. So we're playing for the buffs. That's a move the zombie. This is also move the zombie. Team up. I don't know. Move a zombie. Like they're all the same sort of underwhelming effect. I guess you could do 1 of these. You could do 2 of these. This guy I don't even like. When played, freeze the zombie. Not really worth it. Let's do 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, 1 of these, 2 of those. When played, bounce another plant, which again is kind of the same annoying thing that can sort of hurt you sometimes. Podfather isn't really what I want, although I do have a lot of them that would synergize with it. I just feel like it's too slow. 3 mana 2/2, I don't know. Vanilla Bean isn't that good. That's not that good. This guy I don't even really want. That guy's decent value. 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, and maybe 1 of those because I feel like I don't typically get value from it. What is one thing I could get rid of? You don't really need 4 of those. Actually, that worked out pretty well, all things considered. Like, what would I not like here? This is good early game value. These are all good. I'm not sure I really like these, but I always do say how valuable environments can be. I almost want to do just like 1 of each, but these are all good. I guess I normally have 2 of these, but I don't normally get value out of it on a game-to-game basis. I'm going to pull out the spreadsheet for this to make sure it's... Like, let's compare it to... It's good just to counter their environments too, obviously. Let's compare it to the other one and just see what was different. Like, how many of the... We had 4 of those. See, that makes a big difference. We had way more of the tricks. And that is kind of important because I was using that quite a bit, but maybe it's not really the best value. You get a better one just from... Wait, where'd it go? What? Or no, oh, just because I was looking at it last. Right? Green Shadow 1. Yeah, this is good value. This is okay sometimes. This is very good. Team up is sometimes useful. This is a good card. Almost feels like it could be a legendary just for the base raw effect, even though it's not that exciting. I'm not a big fan of the movement effect, but we just have 1 of them. We got 3 environments, which seems like a little bit overkill. We have the whole synergy between this and the discovery guy. We have a lot of buffs, a little bit of aquatic stuff, maybe not even enough. Obviously, the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit makes up for that. That seems about as good as you could make with that. Let's try to do Solar Flare. These are, I'm not even going to use right now. I'm just setting them up for next time. Let's see. Just go with the highest value cards, period. Heal your hero for 2 is garbage. Deal 2 damage to a zombie, not a big fan. This is not even the style of play that I'm trying to go for. I'm just trying to go for pure... Why is that saying new when I've had that since last time? I didn't just get it in the pack today. And this is obviously very good. Just 1 mana 2/2, the chicken sort of value metric, if you want to call it that. I don't like these. I don't like this. You do like 2 of those. The whole mushroom aspect is not bad, but I don't know how many of them I really want. 2 mana 2/2 +2/+2 when your planner hero is healed. Yeah, now how much healing am I really going to have, though, is the question. If you made at least 6 mana this turn, it's a 2 mana 2/1 as well, so it's not bad. This guy I always liked, but he's never good value for me, so I'm not going to worry about it. I don't really want the sun mechanic, and I don't even really want to play into the mushrooms too much, so it's hard to say what I should be doing here. Environments are okay. That water balloon thing is garbage. Normally I do this at the beginning of an episode, but I guess we already had all plants get +2. That's pretty worth it. At least one time over is a good sort of finisher card, like Savage Roar or something. It's going to be a permanent effect too. That's pretty good. This is pretty good. So that encourages team up play. Maybe I shouldn't worry about the mushroom thing, actually. Forget about the mushrooms and just go for more general value stuff. Or maybe I should go for more healing stuff, but that almost doesn't seem worth it either. 2 of these is pretty good. There's a lot of anti-hero precedent with Solar Flare, but it's just not worth it. I don't see what the ramp does, though, see, because I don't have a lot of high-cost stuff, so it doesn't seem worth it. Healing is good, and of course, we don't have the environment that's going to heal us and do, like, that potential infinite loop, but it's still okay. 2 of those. 4 mana 3/3 is not very good. This thing is okay. Yeah, some of this stuff is bugged out, how it's saying it's new. The pairs can be okay sometimes. That's pretty good. This is pretty shit removal. This is what you really need. Even having 4 is pretty much justified. We still have room left over. I thought I was even putting too much junk in there, but I guess that's all I have is junk. We could put a few more things that maybe heal, or we could just do like the berry. This just doesn't seem worth it. Like, what's the point? Like, how many team up things do I have in here? None of this stuff even has it. I'm thinking about like the 4/4 that you can get. This guy. Nobody has team up. The dinosaur does, but that's kind of situational because you're not going to get it right away. Normally the sunflowers do, but that one doesn't. These ones do, but again, they summon it in the same way. Like, they'll sort of block themselves out that way. We should put in at least 2. Well, that's the problem. Like, we're just not going to have anything for him. It's a good card, but maybe we should do 1 of each of the healing ones. Like, didn't we have a second healer? Or no, that guy doesn't have team up, though. Page Sage, good one. You do 1 of these, I guess. I mean, when played, heal your hero for 2. Like, what is the point of this card, though? I don't even want it. Like, I'm doing all this to acquiesce to this to get a 3 mana 4/4, but maybe it's not even necessary. We don't have any other removal or anything worthwhile, so you could get rid of those 2 and put something else there, but I don't know what. So often that's just a dud of a card. None of these are good value. They just all suck. I could do 3 mana 4/2 for what that's worth instead of a 2/2. Like, that's going to be better value in most cases. We have a decent amount of healing, which I almost don't even want, but literally nothing has team up, so just forget that, I guess. Whatever, because it might seem easy to kill, but just for the attack value, you're probably going to get more value out of it on an average level. So not even putting my favorite thing in there, the one that becomes something between 1 and 6 cost, which I, as usual, don't really know the name of. I already broke my rule. I can't fall below 500, but not a big deal. Or let's just make a new one. So they'll all be just like generic titles like Solar Flare 1, Wall Knight 1. This is a good value. Not a big fan of the mines, but obviously the team up aspect is pretty good. Let's see. I don't like the Sunflower either because the value is kind of... it doesn't matter that much because Cactus isn't that good either. Move a plan, draw a card almost doesn't seem worth it. Destroy a Gravestone. I don't know how much healing I'm going to have. I'm almost tempted to put this guy in there, but it's possible. I don't know. I don't want to go out of my way to put some of that stuff in there. Definitely you want all the nuts just for the disco guy alone. This works very well with this deck. 4 of those, 4 of those, 2 of those. Yeah, I shouldn't worry about the healing thing, though. That's not what this deck is really about. You shouldn't need to heal because you're putting up such a good defense in the first place. When your planner heroes healed... I mean, that would be a good combo, though, on top of the walnut or the disco nut doing damage whenever you take damage. This will also deal damage off of, you know, sort of some unpreventable source. That's important. That's kind of important. This is important because it's the only high-end stuff you're going to have. If we do it like that, what is really the missing component here? None of this stuff is good. The mines seem okay, but I'd rather just play walnuts, I feel like, most of the time. And then you're going for sort of the Spine-Apple play. You have plenty of team up with this deck. We need to make an amphibious committed deck where, like, everything is amphibious, but obviously... it's not that simple because we don't have nearly enough of that. Like, this is all right, but maybe it's better than I'm giving it credit for. But, like, we have this for the same purpose just to trade in. Sometimes it feels like it just sits around there and doesn't do much. Looks pretty solid. What could I be missing? I'm sort of just filtering out a lot of stuff that is too specific with its capability. I have to be careful not to accidentally disenchant something because then I can't make it back. Technically, there'd be no rule against that. I can't craft, but I can disenchant my whole collection if I feel like. We'll do some sort of challenge where, you know, if I don't get to rank 50 this month, whenever I decide to do it, then I have to delete my whole collection. Some sort of good send-off for the thing. Now, you could combine this with the healing in the sense that... What cards would have to do with it? This one's a healing card. This one will get a buff from it. But again, I only have one of them too. So why would you even bother? This one heals you. So you'd have like 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that have to do with healing. Not really enough to justify it, I wouldn't think. Right? Whereas here we just have a lot of team up stuff. 4 cards that have to do with buffing these. 4 cards that benefit from teaming up with those. Another 2 cards that buff them as well. Not that it has to be them specifically, but what was the other buff? I thought I had one more like that. Didn't I? Whatever, that's good enough. So we're staying away from the healing with him for the most part. Now let's do the zombies. Only got 2 new cards, but I guess that's not even the point of what I'm doing. Super Brains did pretty good, so maybe I shouldn't even change that one. Could be a placebo effect that... what would I even want to change? Who would think? He would be like my last... welcome back again. Who would even be my... like, least likely to go on a good streak, right? Would have had to be him. Zombies here... played here gravestones when the zombies revealed. He gets +1. Not bad, especially for only a 1-cost card. Yeah, I guess he's the champion of the day, so I'll just leave it. I don't see anything too notable. Nothing's really new. Each sign zombie does a bonus attack, which could be a great OTK finisher. Yeah, in a little bit. I only really got to rank 15. I was trying to go for rank 20, but oh well. I'll stay true to my format, I guess. This thing is really good. A much better version of this chick, right? She'll become a 4-mana 4/4 on heights. He becomes a 3-mana 4/4 on heights, so... but obviously I don't have enough of them to make that matter. This seems pretty good as it is. Why would you change perfection, I guess? Alright, so we'll leave him. And then we'll do... basically, I'm just trying to make new ones anyway. So we could mix together sports and Is this even where I was doing it though? Sports and the although I don't necessarily have to do it like that. Let's see. The health there almost doesn't even matter, so that'll be a pet thing. I'm not a big fan of that card, honestly. If I have to fit some of those in there, then so be it, but he's a party zombie, not a sports zombie. Zombie gets +1/+1. I don't really want. I've sort of given up on these armored ones, even though I really like them. All zombies get +1/+1. That is a very good thing for aggro purposes. We're kind of doing it just purely by archetype. Pet professional. Destroy one of their nuts or berries, which is kind of a random weird effect, but he's a sports zombie, so I'm just sort of doing it based on that alone. Pets. This is pet, obviously. Why not be a pet and a sports zombie in one? Dancing imp. When revealed, zombie gets +2/+2. 3 mana, 1/1. Not that big of a deal. Gets +2/+2 when it destroys a plant. Vampire. Frenzy. This guy is apparently a pet, which makes no sense. Whose pet is he? Some invisible ghost out in the snow who can find him when nobody else even knows he exists? Is he supposed to be some mythical creature like the Loch Ness Monster? Destroy a random plant. It's not really worth it. I'd rather do this for one more. It's fine if there's only one thing on the board, but kind of a tough selling point for value too. Professional zombie. Sports zombie. So let's see how many of each do we really have. This is kind of okay, but he's a little bit too expensive for what he's worth. We should probably put in some things besides just minions, though. So this is pet. That could almost be a sport one in a manner of speaking. Pet, sport, sport. So I don't have enough sport, really. I have enough pet ones, but I don't want to just put a 1/1 in there either. That's really stupid. We have a lot of good low-cost stuff anyway. Like, there are times where maybe this could be useful, but I don't know what I want. I don't want to worry about removal. I'm just trying to zerg them down anyway. Kind of important to have the environment, so I guess. A plane gets -2/-2 if it's on heights. Makes it seem like this is a environment itself, just based on the picture and stuff, but it's more like that's coming out of the environment. Can't be heard this turn, so none of this stuff makes sense, really. Not saying I wouldn't even get it, but I guess sometimes those 1/1s are decent value, though. Plants here get -1/-1, but I could really care less about that. The only reason why you'd put them in here is just because move a plant, draw a card, maybe. It is just so you can, you know, expel their environment. I think it's -1/-1. I don't want that, though. I mean, that's at least low cost enough where it makes sense, but you want like double the minions as you have tricks. You have like 4, 8, 10, 18, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We only want like 10 tricks. Like 4 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those. 4 of those is pretty worth it because it's going to be hard to deal with. This can be okay, I guess, sometimes. Nothing else really stands out to me. I don't really care about healing. I shouldn't really need to do it. This doesn't seem like a very reliable value card either. This also seems like garbage. It's just the kind of thing that the Yeti gives you anyway. Just, you know what I don't really have is too much. Well, I guess the dolphin guy alone does it, but not too much amphibious stuff. But for some reason, I was having even these guys in there just to make it feel like you have like a few more sports zombies and stuff, but I guess I could do 1 of them, right? So if you look at, we have more pets than we do sports. In fact, we almost feel like we have enough to make a legitimate synergy pet deck if I just put like other good quality stuff in there, but I'm kind of missing that too. So that might seem stupid, but I have how many sports cards actually? 1, 2, 6. This actually is 2. 7. I guess this guy is 8. It's not bad, but it just could be better. 8, 9. Seems absurd that you would really put that in there, but sometimes just low cost stuff. I don't have enough 1 cost minions, period, so I guess I will do it. Just any sort of ramp you can get is going to be worth it. And then we'll do Infinity, although this one was doing pretty good too. 1 to 10, what's this game? Probably like an 8. Which I am even impressed by, the fact that it's a mobile-only card game of all things. I think it would have been a lot more popular if they just put it on goddamn PC, which is what I'm playing it on now anyway. I think this one was pretty good. Maybe I shouldn't change it. There's nothing even new for it. I don't have to punish each deck by saying that I have to change them every time. What would I rather put in here anyway? This is good and all, but it's not like we want to wait around for the gravestones, or the +1 is not going to be such great value anyway. Wait, I thought I had... Wait, what even is this? Why do I not have amphibious stuff in there or anything? Maybe I will remake it. How, what? Oh, like BlueStacks. It's like an Android emulator. Yeah, I never stream mobile games, but even if I'm going to, I'm not going to do it on phone. That'd be way too inconvenient and stupid. We'll do maybe 2 of those. This is very good. I still don't know why this is saying new. Guy's pretty good, but maybe 2 of him is enough. You don't really want all this. I don't really want that either. Let's see what I can get away with not putting in there for now. But 2 of those. 2 is like the magic number. Although with that, you almost want 4. 1 of those. This is just good, well statted anyway. When it hurts, it gets +4. I guess I could do 1 of those for now. When in an environment, each turn it does 1 damage to each plant. The first time each turn this does damage. Does 1 damage to each plant. This is going to be some little pirate thing, which I don't have enough of to really make it worth it. This guy's always a good value card for me. This is pretty good. Basically, what you shouldn't do is you shouldn't go for the... You shouldn't go for the thing. I do like that I have at least 3 of those. Makes it seem like a top-end deck, mid-range deck. You have like 5 cost cards. You know, BlueStacks? Crafting, like you could make any card that you want at any time. But it would just cost you like a certain amount of material, so you can kind of like break certain cards down, and then it would give you like a 25% refund. And then with that resource, you could craft something. So it'll always be more expensive, but I did like a lot in Hearthstone, but I just thought it would be interesting here to not do it, because this game doesn't have that many cards either, period. Like, so we don't want to do the dancing one, even though I feel like the firefighter was screwing me up. But that wasn't really with this guy. I don't know why I even have 5 of those. I guess just from packs and stuff, and I can't break them down. Deal 3 damage. That could be 3 damage to the face, but it almost doesn't seem worth it. I don't know what kind of monstrosity of a deck I actually made here. It seems so random. Deal 3 damage to a random plant. There's no synergy with this one at all. I won't even pretend like there is. Do 2 damage to anything. I don't really see the point of this. Like, maybe it could be good sometimes, but you could do a 6 to the face if you're filled up every row, but that's very unlikely to happen. So what here would I rather put? This is garbage. This is garbage. This, I feel like 2 is probably enough, but maybe it's not. This I don't like. This is fine. I don't really want the anti-hero. Oh, I'm missing this, though, pretty hard. What could I get rid of? We have just a lot of random hodgepodge ones. Like, I don't know how good this is really going to be. You don't want it to really stick around for that long. This is good. This is good. This is good. Most of the stuff I would stand by. Maybe the firefighter is not that good. Or maybe I have too many high-cost cards for what it's worth. This card can be pretty good, even though I'm not, like, super excited about it. I don't even know why I would bother having this. I don't even have an environment, period. I better not accidentally disenchant something. Excited for weekend? I guess. For me, I tend to work on the weekend anyway, so it doesn't really make much difference for me, but Not as much though. 4, 3, 1, 1. So I could get rid of one of these, but it just seems like so importantly statted because I don't have any other 4 cost. But because it was fucking me over, maybe I won't do it. So we'll do 2 of those. We only have the 1 4 cost. 7 days a week, actually. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. The only thing I'm questioning is the amount of damage that you might want to have off that. But unless I'm doing it to face, like typically it's not that valuable. So this seems okay. I don't know what the differences are between this one and the one that like Lemon or other people were helping and suggesting me doing. This is the kind of game where I don't mind that either. People can suggest as much as they want. Like, here's this meta thing. Like, I normally don't like to metagame or net deck. I just kind of do my own thing. But in this game, it doesn't matter because if my collection allows it, then I'm all for it. I don't think that's legal. It certainly is. Don't overwork yourself. Yeah, it's fine. I kind of like it because it's sort of a flexible schedule where I can kind of, you know, I can do it when I feel like, but it ends up adding up to more than I would do in a normal job anyway. Because that's the whole background story is I hate sort of doing stuff on a strict schedule or I have to do it like at an exact time. So my last job was a lot better, but just because of the flexibility, that's why I changed in the first place. When you get to time to spend with friends and family, yeah, not too much. Or what time I would be using for that, I instead would rather stream. So I don't have much family anyway, but I'm a pretty minimalistic person. Like, I don't go out and party and do stuff like that anyway. Let's see. This is fine. I have 2 of those, right? I don't know how many things I'm really benefiting from as far as graves anyway. Girlfriend, not really. Like, I have sort of a casual thing going on, but I wouldn't consider it that. Let's see. 4 of these. I don't want anti-hero. I kind of want 2 more of these, but I can't figure out how to do them. Or I guess 2 and 2 of these enough is good enough. We have 2 of this. Wait a second. We have this. The newspaper guy doesn't really seem to fit because he's too slow. You got a bunch of side jobs going on, if you want to call it that. So we have the 2 dancing zombies, pretty important, although no synergies to go along with it. I don't know why this guy would be 2 mana 3/2. Isn't that better than like the strike through guy and stuff? Or it's better than her too. So like, yeah, it seems stupid. Not that it matters that much, but I have a 2 mana 2/2, 2 mana 3/1, 2 mana 2/2, 2 mana 4/1, which means I can get around that because the effect here is completely pointless. There is, or you know what? No, you could use their environment too. When played in an environment, doesn't mean it has to be yours. I never played this game, so I'm not giving advice. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm an expert already, clearly, but it's kind of like just whatever my cards dictate I have to do. What could I get rid of to put them in? It just seems kind of necessary. 3/2 versus 3/1. First damage it does each turn, it does 1 damage to a plant. When played, revealed in an environment frees a plant. Like, why would I want that? 2 mana 3/1, 2 mana 3/2. What could I remove? I mean, it seems like a waste to even have the cake because it's not that kind of deck, but maybe I don't need 3 of these, but I kind of want them because it's going to be top heavy. Kind of a hard decision. I kind of want more in this 2 cost area, although maybe I have already too many. Maybe you don't need 4 of those. Okay, so we're all set for next time. That was kind of a short episode, but thankfully at least Super Brains clutched it for me. So which hero so far hasn't had a notable episode? Green Shadow did very well towards the beginning, and he had like a crazy 8-game win streak or something like that. Then Solar Flare has been sort of mid most of the time, but there's been at least a few episodes where she shined, literally. Wall Knight has been sort of middle of the road. I don't think he's done like super great any episode. This was the first time Super Brains did really good. Smash did pretty good a couple times. Infinity has been generally pretty good, so I guess the only odd one out is Wall Knight. Maybe is the worst one. I wouldn't have thought it. I do like his playstyle. Okay, see you tomorrow.